A government report has suggested...
The guitar was... Actually, I enjoyed it.
Getting on with the show.
The guitar was good.
Thank you very much. A government report has suggested that wealthy parents should pay to send their kids to public schools. It's controversial, but is it fair?
We have absolutely no plans to introduce anything of the sort. Full stop, end of story.
Actually, this story has just started. The plan's part of a leaked discussion paper with proposed changes to school funding. One would see the federal government become the main funder of public schools, while allowing the states and territories to force wealthy parents to shell out their own money to top up the public school system. At this stage, it's only an idea for the government to consider, but just the suggestion of it has raised eyebrows.
There's a fundamental right for all children across Australia to have access to free public education. Any moves to bring in means testing simply, I think, heralds the beginning of the end for public education.
The criticism prompted Christopher Pyne's unambiguous full stop comment. Except just before it, he basically admitted there's no reason why it couldn't happen.
Whether there are fees charged to wealthy parents in public schools over and above what's already charged is a matter for the states and territories if they choose to pursue it.
Full stop. End of story.
If the government is going down the path of charging parents for their children's education in the public system, where would that actually stop? And when does that open up to the fact that all parents might be required to pay for that education?
But the problem of school funding's not going away. So could this idea actually happen?
Andrew Laming is a Liberal MP and he joins us now. Andrew, thank you very much for speaking to us. Unlike your colleagues, the Prime Minister and the Education Minister, you say you're open to this idea.
Well, Ed, far from being a fan, it's just been the topic of today. I think we need to be open-minded about the future of our school system. It's slipping behind, 17th in the world now for mathematics literacy. We have a health system where now $1 in $5 is coming out of one's pocket. Childcare is now $4,000 a year out of pocket for wealthy Australians, and we go to university and we rack up $10,000 a year of future debt. But strangely, state schools just remain completely free. In fact, if I want to donate to a state school, I can't even give philanthropically without having to give it to a P&C. So we just need to be alert that we have the greatest health system in the world, but education is in trouble, and that's why you need to consider all options.
I'm not sure I actually understand where you stand on this, but we might get to that in a moment. Christopher Pyne, your minister today, said that the federal government won't endorse this at all, but if the states are open to the idea and want to go it alone, then that's up to them. Now, Andrew, that would cause absolute chaos if you had one state charging wealthy parents to send children to state schools and other states not doing it. You have people moving from state to state. It's just a dumb idea.
Well, if something happens in one state, not the others, of course it is. No side of politics loves this idea. Let's be clear about it. It's a dead issue on both sides of politics. But I think we just need to be open-minded about the fact that we don't have a successful school system compared to the rest of the world. We've slipped half a year in education in the last 10, and that's a massive challenge.
Andrew, a lot of wealthy Australians are arguing today they do pay more. They pay more, you know, in their tax. But, I mean, the greater issue here, I think, is what public schools have to offer. And it is, you know, a mix of cultures, a mix of incomes. And don't you risk there just creating a greater divide?
There's a very small chance of people moving both ways. That's a good question. But ultimately, anything that injects extra dollars into a school system will close the gap, not open it further.
Andrew, last time we spoke, I complimented you on your jacket and T-shirt combination. I see you haven't let us down again today, but you were in Parliament a few hours ago. This is surely inappropriate now.
Very much so, but my next appearance, I hope, will be wearing a Matildas shirt. Absolutely.
In fact, we're going to be speaking with a Matilda a bit later in the show, and we hope that we can celebrate a World Cup win. Thanks again for your time, Andrew.
Thanks, everyone.